Also going to sell some of my chaff, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to get out of this flank here with the chaff units that are just going to get eaten by the fire badgers. So yeah, these fire badgers at level 1 got not much less damaged than the Sabertooth on the line, trying to shoot into some heavy tanks. Some level 3 sledges. I think that is pretty pitiful, at least for the moment. I'm spreading my wasps basically all over the battlefield, some here, just to eat some rounds from the overlords, but the missile is going to get the rhinos destroyed, basically. Now the wasps back here are accomplishing a bit more. Fire Badger did not do a whole lot. This thing is going into some more tanks, so it's stacking up a lot more damage, but the marksmen have the damage to destroy it. The wasps from the rear are working on the overlords. And the marksmen are doing the same, basically. But in the end, this turns out to be a bit of a tragic round, because, well, I might be able to get this overlord dead, but then I only have a handful of fangs, and my opponent still has a mass of fangs. And what do I have for chaff clear? I have nothing for chaff clear. It's just a long, long time before these fangs can get that tower down. They start splitting, but realistically, not going to do much. No matter how high the level on the marksman, it will lose to some level 1 fangs if there's just barely enough. I wouldn't be surprised if... Oops, that is way too fast. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 packs of level 1 fangs can beat a level 9 marksman. I should probably test that after this game. Anyway, let's see what happens now. What are the choices? I'm going for underground threat, and my opponent, I think he was going for heavy armor. I'm not sure though. Let's see what he does. Oh, I'm not sure if you heard that truck in the background. I just have the window open because weather is really nice in Germany right now. Like, for real. So, crawlers in the back here. My opponent, what did he pick? I must have completely missed it. Do I see some heavy armor somewhere? I think, super heavy armor, I think. I'm not seeing it. Maybe he just skipped. Anyway, I'm also getting range on these wasps. Somehow this game really felt like it was a wasp superiority game. Because these wasps can just defend the flank here. These wasps can win over here. Unless, of course, they get missiled. And I have some other wasps left to compete with the overlords. He's putting some more wasps here as well. And I'm not putting much faith in getting through here, but wasps and the rhinos might just have something. So how much are the fire badgers going to get? Like, they eat this pack every time, and my opponent just kinda runs his units into acid. Which is really not good. He won this flank by a mile, but he did not defend against the crawlers. And that means absolutely everything on his rear is going to have a very bad time. I'm pushing through like an absolute madman. Tower goes down. I'm not even sure what targeted. Probably one of the marksmen or sledges. And it turns out that this round is an absolutely stellar victory for me. I even have a fire badger left alive. I can't click on it right now though. And here comes the typhoons, assuming somebody might want it. My opponent goes for him. So these fire badgers, they are getting nothing done here. The sledges, I think, have got too powerful, and they're just killing them, along, of course, with the scorpion. Scorpion is doing really nice work here. How much is the scorpion getting? Yeah, it's getting 20,000 damage. It doesn't sound like much, but I think it's simply because a lot of other units have taken over that role. It was doing better in the early game, I think. I'm thinking about what to do, what to get here. I'm not even sure what I decide to. Okay, I take the typhoons as well. Putting them back here. And then, what do I continue to do? My opponent is throwing missiles around like they're candy. He put the Typhoons with anti-air spec here, so he's definitely trying to shred the Wasps with them. How much have these tanks done anyway? Okay, this tank, yeah, it's rank 2 in damage. It's a level 3 sledge. Despite my opponent having overlords, it's still absolutely wrecking stuff. The marksmen are getting leveled. They are hitting level 4, 5, and 6. Level 6 marksman is going to take down the overlord. I assume at least. My opponent is trying to get the steel balls in, but these steel balls, they are, if he doesn't mobile beacon them, they will always go back and go after the fangs. The fire badgers can't kill them quickly enough. I'm getting range here. And let's see how this one works out, because, well, these units will probably shred my wasps extremely well. I have some crawlers here, but the fangs are enough to defend against them. I was kind of baiting the missile. Now they are in the acid. I really think acid was an absolute misplay on my opponent's part. Yeah, the wasps have the range to just get the tower. And then everything else just gets shredded. I do, however, want to see what actual benefit the Typhoons had in this fight, how much they got. Let's view the battlefield. So this is basically as good as you can hope for Typhoons to be positioned, I guess. Going after the air targets, they got some 31 and 54,000 damage. I guess the Wasps just don't have a lot of health, all things considered. Let's just watch that engagement in slow-mo. So that is round number 9. Let's just, and I'm sorry if you can hear my cat. I should let that cat out for a moment. Alright. Let's see what the Typhoons got in this battle. And how much they are actually worth here. Just from how fast they can shred the wasps. Also, they had a shield, so they would have gotten destroyed much, much more slowly. I also want to see what my Typhoons did here. Is this not really at 2 times speed? I feel like it's too slow. Weird sometimes. Anyway, he also dropped some here. I never noticed these, at least until now. I think I never noticed them. I'm trying to get a bit around, but what's it really going to do? So, let's check how fast they delete everything. They have a bit of the same issue that I feel like other units such as Mustangs have. They can't lock onto too many targets at the same time, but they do AoE damage. Basically, by the time that one shot is arriving at the destination, other shots have already been launched, and they just get wasted. Like, look at this here. Of course, we are at about 30% speed, so this is much, much slower. How much did these guys do? They already got 50k damage as well. Now, of course, the overlords will destroy them. I guess against overlords, they might be better in the sense that they can lock onto the same target for longer, but they are not doing enough damage per second to justify overlords. The marksmen are just vastly superior. Yeah, all in all, I think the Typhoon, at least in this situation, not super great. Like, it is probably very good against Chaff Clear. I just feel like they might not be as good as you would expect from a unit with a fire rate of 0.2 and an AoE range of, what's it? 5 meter splash. How much did mine get in the end? Oh, okay, well, about 90,000, but they also have the missiles. You know what? Let's go and watch Going on. Let's watch round 9 again. I'm probably going to skip ahead this time. And let's see what the missiles actually accomplish. Because that is yet another new part. Another new part of the fight. He got anti-air instead. So basically this is anti-air dedicated against wasps. But these wasps also have double upgrades and they are leveled. That said, they still get absolutely shredded, of course. Like, these wasps here accomplished nothing other than delaying these forces for a bit. This, however, is absolutely defended. I didn't even realize or remember that I put some fangs here. But it's the same strategy as here. It's just existing to soak some shots from the wasps. Alright. I never skipped ahead then. So these missiles, yeah, they absolutely took out the fire badgers. They are taking out a bunch of other stuff. Everything here is really stacked. So that's more missiles, okay. Into the steel balls. It's every 8 seconds. So it's actually pretty rapid fire. So let's see what these missiles accomplish. The next salvo. Oh, it's going after these steel balls. Interesting. Is it only against ground? Against distant enemies. Are they actually seeking further away enemies rather than closer enemies? Because I'm pretty sure the overlords were closer. That is actually interesting. Hang on, I think I gotta watch that again and look what these missiles are locking onto. Because I feel like they are not. Maybe the steel balls were just closer. But they did, to me, seem like they were locking onto enemies that were further away. Alright, let's watch this at a quarter speed. So, these missiles, where do they lock onto first? The first unit that is in range. Yeah, look at how much the tanks are just shredding these things. Alright, and then the second salvo of missiles should be... Oh, I'm at 0. The second salvo of missiles coming out any moment now is... Come on. It's going after the first unit in range again. And then the third salvo. And yeah, these steel balls are far, far further away. And despite that, they are still the enemies that the missiles are being launched against, I think. Maybe they just can't hit air. It doesn't say anything, but I feel like these could have fired earlier. But they didn't fire until the steel balls got into a 180 meter range. So I didn't realize this, but the Typhoon missiles apparently are only against ground. Not sure if that's an oversight, because it doesn't say so. I guess it also doesn't say that they're going after air, but that apparently is what's it. Alright, well, that was a decent bit of unit inspection, I guess. Let's look at some more. Alright, let's take a look at a level 9 marksman fighting off some level 1 fangs. 2 packs of level 1 fangs. No upgrades, no techs, nothing on either side. And just by judging the sheer mass of bodies that is moving on the marksman, who is very slowly plinking them down, this is going to hurt the marksman a lot worse than the fangs. Yeah, he's just going down. It is horrible. Ouch. Well, that's a level 9 unit doing nothing. And now I have another test set up. And this is 2 level 9 marksmen against a single pack of crawlers. No upgrades, no techs once again. And just look at this. Look at this absolute tragedy. I am recording this after the fact. I think this is the first time that I'm actually recording my voice to a video I am watching. But yeah, just look at this. The crawlers, believe it or not, unupgraded, level 1, they are still able to take down both level 9 marksmen just like that.